Hello, welcome to the Animal Family. So today we're going to be doing the Q&A. So on our Instagram and Facebook we asked for you guys to send us in some questions that you wanted us to answer. We'll try and answer as many as we can. So the first question we got is, do tortoises recognise different people? Yes, your tortoises can recognise their owners. They're actually really incredibly smart animals. They can recognise your voice, the tones you use, the behaviours that you express. They can also tell by your scent. What is the main sensory in tortoises? So the main sensory in tortoises is actually their sense of smell and taste. Their weakness is actually their eyesight. Tortoises' eyesight is incredibly poor. They're not blind obviously, but yeah, it's quite poor. Any advice on grieving animals? That's actually a really good question, because a lot of it's really hard for people. It's a lot harder for animals obviously. You can't explain to an animal obviously what's happened like you can to humans. The best thing that I would advise really is don't change any routine. Try to keep everything the same as what you've done before. Obviously, because if you change their routines as well as something being taken away, that can put a lot of distress. It can cause depression as well. Depression in grieving animals is very common. So ways really to prevent that is to just keep entertaining them, keep getting them to play, maybe just encourage them to come over to you and give them a treat. A lot of TLC really. That's all really that we can recommend. Obviously if it gets really severe, I would take your animal to the vet, as they can give you some other options of things that you could help do. What animal do you think you would get next? Oh, it will be a while, but it is going to happen. We're not going to tell you. So make sure you do follow our Facebook and Instagram. Like and subscribe on this channel. Turn your notification bell on as well, and you will find out. How long do you bath tortoises for, and what temperature does the water need to be? So there's quite a lot of question about the tortoises actually. So you need to bath your tortoises for roughly 20 minutes. Sometimes your tortoise will let you know when it's had enough. They will start climbing out. If it's before the 20 minutes, don't worry, don't force them to go back in the bath. Just let them out. They need baths obviously to help them pass obviously feces and their for urinating as well. The water needs to be warm, not hot, not cold, warm. And please do not use any soaps or detergents on them, just plain water. A soft toothbrush, we recommend a baby's toothbrush, and just slowly scrub, not too hard, at the shells for all the debris to come off. Bathing your tortoises is actually incredibly important. It helps the growth of the shell, and also it gives you a chance to look out for damages and stuff. Also, because tortoises shed, it helps them to get all the shedding off as well, because they don't shed like snakes. They literally shed like little flaky bits, so it helps them as well. What type of fish do you have? So we've got a tropical fish tank of semi-aggressive fish. So we've got angelfish, ghost knife, catfish, gouramis, red shoulder severums, clown loach. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and plex as well, if I didn't say that. What do you feed your fish? So obviously they get the flakes. The catfish get sinking pellets. The pellet gets an algae wafer. And they get bloodworms every Thursday. Adam, who is my partner, who helps on the animal page, he will upload some pictures on our page tomorrow, just showing you what foods and stuff they get. So yeah, he'll do that tomorrow. So whoever answered this question, I'm not sure who asked this, but yeah, go check out our page tomorrow. Can't tell you what time it'll be on there, but he will put that on there tomorrow. Yes, darling. April's come to say hello to everyone. Don't stand on the keyboard. How old are your animals? So Pickles and Peppa, the rabbits, are 10 years old. Alfie and Albert are 7 months now. They're rabbits as well, if you haven't followed our page. The Tortoises are going to be a year old in a good few months. Rex is 9, going to be 10 in July. Rex is the Royal Python. April, who's here, is 5. Buzz is 18 months. Woody is 6 months. Cecil, the African land snail, is 7. The fish are obviously unknown. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Oh, and Tiger Lily is 12 weeks. Tiger Lily is our newest hamster. Yeah, so if you haven't checked her out on our page, we did upload her. Stop playing with my remote. We did upload her on our Instagram and Facebook a few days ago. Someone else asked, will you get any more pets? As I said, we will, but I'm not telling you when or what animals they will be. It will be a little while though. How do you encourage April to eat? Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know April, she is our cat, and yeah, she is incredibly difficult to get her to eat. She's quite skinny. We have I say worked hard. She's worked the hardest. We've come a long way. She's a lot better than she used to be. Ways of encouraging really is we never ever force her. We just praise her through positive. Sorry about that. Yeah, we just praise her through positive reinforcement really. She knows that if she eats it, she would get one treat afterwards. No matter how big or little she eats it, she would get a treat. Sometimes they're sugar free, don't tell her though. Yeah, so she does get a little treat after. Obviously, whoever answered this question, if you're asking because maybe you have a cat that you struggle to get to eat, please make sure you consult a vet first before you start praising them and encouraging them to eat. We did obviously get April checked at a vet because it could mean that your cat has an underlying health condition. Obviously we know that April doesn't, which is why it's just a lot of encouraging and praising now. But yeah, honestly, if anyone has trouble getting it, most cats are fussy as well though, so yeah, I would just get them checked just to make sure. How do I keep my rabbits warm in the winter? Good question. Obviously, if you can bring them inside, it's suitable for you to bring them inside. Do bring them inside. Obviously, we can't bring ours inside because, as you know, we've got the cat and other animals. But to keep them outside, obviously Pickles and Peppa are used to it now. Obviously they're 10. It's the first boys' winter this year. So make sure you provide straw. We say straw because it keeps the heat and more insulated. So it does keep your rabbits a lot warmer. This is for guinea pigs as well. But if you're using straw, please provide hay as well, because straw isn't nutritional to your rabbits or guinea pigs at all, so they need hay every day. There should be accessible hay for them to eat during the day at all times. Using hutch covers, You can get hutch covers designed for the hutches you've got. I know they can be quite expensive. For our rabbits we use tarpaulin. Tarpaulin we recommend. It is so good. It is heat resist, like keeps in the warm. It's waterproof. Yeah, that's what we use. Just make sure you have a big enough one, but please remember to provide like air holes. Like, don't cover it all that there's no air coming in, because that could kill your rabbit. You can use blankets inside the hutch. Please don't use any blankets outside the hutch, only because when the blanket gets cold it holds the cold in, which then obviously makes your animals cold. Also, it's not waterproof, so if it rains or it's really cold, it gets damp, nasty, not very nice. You can use them, as I said, inside the hutch. If you provide the straw and hay as well, it will keep it warm enough. What happened to your rabbit Winston? Okay, so if you've only just started following our page, you probably won't know, but we had a rabbit called Winston. He was 8 weeks old. We got him with Alfie. Yeah, he just wasn't very well really when we first got him. Like, he was sneezing a lot, and me and Adam obviously knew there's something not right, so we took him to our vet Alex. He got given some medication. It was basically, he was definitely a runt of a litter, definitely. And they think that he had maybe a parasite or something. And unfortunately he passed away a week later. We was feeding him through syringes. We was wrapping him up. We brought him indoors, wrapped him up in a blanket, keeping him warm and that, because he couldn't keep warm. He didn't have any strength to like drink and eat. So we was feeding him through syringe and giving him water through syringe and stuff. But yeah, unfortunately he did pass away, bless him, and we do miss him a lot. If you don't know who he is, go through our Instagram or Facebook page. He's the black rabbit. It'll be quite far down because that was back in June, July time. So yeah, go have a look. What breed of rabbit is Alfie? He is gorgeous. Oh, thank you very much. We're not 100% sure. We think that he is Dutch cross Lop. Obviously all the other rabbits are Lop breeds, but definitely he is a Dutch breed, I reckon. So that's all my questions. I'm going to pass you on to Chloe. She's going to finish off the rest of the questions that you've answered. On behalf of me, and I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has sent in your questions. If Chloe doesn't get through all of them, don't worry, we will answer any questions that we missed in our next Q&A. If you missed a chance to ask us any questions, don't worry also, just message us. We can either message you with the answer or we'll save it for our next Q&A. Thank you very much. I shall pass you on to Chloe. I'll just find my remote that April's playing with. Thank you.
Hi, yes, I'm Chloe and I'm a member of the animal family. So now I'm going to be answering your second half of the questions that you sent us on Instagram. Okay, so our first one is April's story. Okay, so April was abandoned giving birth to her kittens. She got taken in by the RSPCA. All of her kittens got adopted and she didn't. No one wanted her, so us at the animal family took her in. When we first got her, she was extremely nervous, didn't like men at all, used to hide everywhere, didn't like anything. It's taken a lot of patience, encouragement and everything to get her where she is today. Okay, so the next one is who feeds the animals. Okay, so at the moment we have 4 members of the animal family. So we've got myself, my twin sister Hannah, my partner Liam and Hannah's partner Adam. Okay, so Adam feeds our fish and the Cecil, the African land snail. Liam feeds Rex the snake and Tinkerbell the dog. And me and Hannah work together. We do all the rabbits, the tortoises, the hamsters and April the cat. Next one. What is wrong with Peppa? Why does she have to take medication? Okay, so Peppa has a skin condition. She's had it since she was about 4 years old. It just came on, which it can do with any animals. They can just get a random flare up of their skin and then it just goes on like that. So she takes medication at the moment to keep her skin nice and calm. So she sees vet Alex a lot for her regular checkups, but she's doing amazing at the moment. What do you use for your tortoise bedding? Okay, so we use 30% sand and 70% soil in their table. We also occasionally give them orchid bark just to give them a little change. How do I keep my animals safe? Okay, so this girl's asking, she wants to get an animal, she's asking how to keep them safe. So my points of keeping your animals safe is to make sure you have a safe and secure environment for them, whether it's a hutch and you have an enclosure around it, or you have a really good predator proof hut. No holes, no digs, no broken pieces that they can hurt themselves on. If all those points are ticked, then that's a perfectly safe environment for them. Our last one is, what are your plans for the future? Okay, so us at the Animal Family have a lot of plans for the future. So this year we're hoping to get a lot more animals in our Animal Family. We won't tell you what animals we're going to be getting because that's giving away too much. We are going to be having new members join us, so they're going to be big fans of animals, have their qualifications so we know they're good enough to look after our animals, sort of thing. We are doing a lot of giveaways this year, so please keep a lookout for those on our Instagram and Facebook page. A lot more videos, really a lot of projects coming, but we won't tell you any more than that. So thank you for watching. Hello, so I'm Chloe and I'm part of the Animal Family. So today I'm going to be answering the second half lot of your questions. So the first one here is April's story. So April was abandoned and given birth with her kittens. Got taken in by the RSPCA. All her kittens got adopted and no one wanted April, so obviously we took her in. She was very, very nervous at first, didn't like men, didn't like the broom, didn't like anything, always used to hide. It took a lot of encouragement, patience, time for her, and she's really turned into a lovely little girl. She loves us all now, so she's doing really well. The next one is, who feeds the animals? Okay, so we have 4 members of the Animal Family at the moment. So we've got myself, my twin sister Hannah, and our 2 partners Adam and Liam. So Adam feeds the fish and Cecil the snail. Liam feeds Rex and Tinkerbell the dog. Me and Hannah work together and we both do the rabbits, the hamsters, the tortoises and April the cat. What is wrong with Peppa? Why does she take medication? Okay, so Peppa at the moment has a skin condition. She's had it since she's about 4 years old. We don't know what brought it on. It can happen in many animals. They're just suddenly their skin flares up and from there they get the problems. So she takes her medication regularly to keep her skin nice and calm. She sees our vet Alex, who's brilliant with her regularly, and her skin is doing amazing at the moment. She's also now got arthritis, but that is simply due to her age. What do you use for your tortoises bedding? Okay, so tortoises have 30% sand and 70% soil. We do occasionally give them orchid bark just to give them a little change. So that's that one. Someone's asked they want to get an animal and they've asked how do they keep the animals safe. Okay, so the only way you can keep your animals safe is to have a safe and secure environment. So whether it's a hutch, you have a little enclosure around it, or predator proof, no animals can get in, like foxes or something. Make sure there's no gaps, no sharp pieces or anything, and your animal will be completely safe if all of those are ticked off. And our last question of this one is, what are your plans for the future? Okay, so we do have a lot of plans for the future for the Animal Family. We will tell you a little clue. We are going to be expanding the animals, so we will have more animals coming in within the next year, but we won't tell you any more than that. we're also going to be having more members join us. So they're going to be big animal fans. They're going to have their qualifications, stuff like that, so we know that they can look after the animals. So they're going to be joining us very soon. So make sure you follow our Instagram and Facebook page, and you'll be able to keep up and your eyes peeled for many more videos coming. We are also doing a lot more giveaways this year, so definitely keep your eyes peeled for those. We've got a lot of exciting new projects coming up, but that's all we can say at the moment. Thank you for watching.